The next set of problems that I want to look at involve multiplication of surds. And often with a multiplication of surds problem, they'll have this key word written here, simplify. When we see simplify in mathematics, what we mean is we want the expression to be as simple as possible. We want to try and cancel out as much as we can. And in this case, when we're working with surds, we don't want too many square root signs. If you see this one here, we've got 3 different square root signs. In simplify questions, you have to get down to just having one of them. And to do this, we're going to have to use a combination of our rules, including the various ones on multiplication of surds. So let's have a look at this expression. Square root of 8 times the square root of 5 times the square root of 125. Now that looks pretty complicated. We want to make it a bit easier to get our head around. So I'm going to do what I was doing early on with surds and just simplify each term separately as far as we can. So let's take the square root of 8. Well, we know that 8 is the same as 4 times 2. Okay, and the advantage of going 4 times 2, of course, is that 4 is a square number. So I can just, again using my multiplication laws, split this up into the square root of 4 times the square root of 2. We know that the square root of 4 is 2, so this becomes 2 root 2. Nothing shocking or difficult there. Now, the square root of 5, it's actually not going to be able to simplify really at all. So it's just going to sit there as a square root of 5. We'll do something with it in the next step down here, but for the moment, it's not going to simplify. Third part, square root of 125. Let's think about numbers that multiply to give 125, and preferably that are square numbers as well. Well, 125, 25, that's a square number. 25 times 5 is 125, because 4 25s are 100, and then another 25, the fifth 25 would get us to 125. Again, using my simplification rules and my multiplication surd rule, I can split this square root of the whole thing into 2 parts, the square root of 25, the square root of 5. This becomes 5. And I've got something that looks like this. Now, when we get things into this form, the best way to think about what's going to happen is again to do with, again I guess the same rule as we talked about earlier, where if you have multiplication, you can swap the order. Okay, 2 times 3 and 3 times 2 both equal 6. Similarly, if we remember, in algebra, we often leave the multiplication signs out. So we've got 2 times root 2 times root 5 times 5 times root 5. We can juggle the order, just like we can juggle the order of any multiplication. We can juggle the order of all of these. And what we can do is we can put all of the numerals first. So I can put a 2 and a 5. So I'll do the 2 times 5 first. Then I'm going to do my square root of 2 and my square root of 5 and my other square root of 5. And let's just check we've got them all there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Good. We're sorted. And let's do whatever multiplication we can. 2 times 5, well, that's just going to be 10. Square root of 2 is not doing much, but square root of 5 times square root of 5, well, that's going to be the square root of 5 squared. And using our original index law, we know that this is just going to be equal to 5. Take some number, find the square root, and square it. I end up where I started. So I can rewrite, keeping this part the same, I can rewrite the square root of 5 squared as just 5. And let's tidy up a little bit more. I'm going to change the order again because I can do that with multiplication. I'm going to swap the root 2 and the 5. 10 times 5, well, that's just 50 square root of 2. And so this expression here, square root of 8 times square root of 5 times square root of 125, can be simplified down to this, 50 times the square root of 2. Now that might not look all that much simpler, or it might not look simple on its own, but it is simpler than what we started with. We've got less square roots. The square root we have is a much smaller number. As we get better at these, though, we will tend to get faster at being able to simplify. So generally, once you get good at these, when you get to this step, you'll pretty easily be able to go, okay, that's square root of 5, and the square root of 5 are going to give me 5. 5 times 5 times 2, 5 times 5 is 10. 10 times 5, that's 50. Straight into there, and the square root of 2. I'll do it over here at the side, actually, to make it clear. So when we get good at these, it'll be pretty easy to see that when I get to this stage, where's all my constants, my numbers? 2 and 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Root 5 times root 5, that's just going to be 5. And square root of 2, it's just going to sit there. Oh, okay, that's 50 root 2. So as you get better at these, and I mentioned this in an earlier video, you're allowed to leave these intermediate steps out. I'm totally okay with you doing that. And naturally, that'll kind of come naturally as you do get better. But if you're not sure on what's going on over here, how the heck could I get from there to there, then put these extra steps in. Working is not there to make your life a hassle. It's there to help you to get the right answer and not make as many mistakes. So put that working in. It's helpful. It's good. But as you get better, you can start to leave some steps out as you get more and more confident with them.